seconds. Strike Fury in your enemies and make their attacks do less damage. It works a lot like Intimidating Shout if you've ever played World of Warcraft as a warrior. Works a lot like that. But it's ruined to slow threatened enemies. When I use it, a little message pops up above each enemy's head that says snared unless they're immune.
We must discuss the fallen
And it works out pretty well because the majority of time that I have problems on my barbarian is when I'm fighting, say, ranged casters that try to get away from me. They try to sneak off. So I can snare them with Threatening Shout, which Leap does also, but it does it in a very small radius. So there's that. My fourth ability, I'm using Earthquake.
I have honored my pledge to Leah and rescued Cain.
I'm sorry,
all that stands between me and the mystery of the fallen star is the Skeleton King, whose return has again darkened Tristram.
So I'm using the Earthquake with the Chilling Earth secondary effect rune, which frees the ground and slow enemies. So again, just kind of trying to keep all the enemies tight and enclosed. Like I said, I'm using Cleave, gives me 5 Fury per attack. Swing weapon in an arc, it's self-explanatory. I use the rune Rupture. Enemies slain by Cleave explode, does additional damage around those enemies, so it's a high damage AoE build. My other ability here on my right click is Seismic Slam. It's fairly large in Fury cost, and I don't know if I like it that much, but I also don't use my right click as often as I do things like Cleave and Revenge. I'll get to that in a second. But this creates a shockwave that damages enemies in its path. And then I have it ruined with Shattered Ground, increases the damage and knockback distance. So I use this for against high damage enemies, like in Act 3, there are those like gut burster guys that you've seen. They end up doing quite a bit of damage, and there are also some, big bad guys and stuff out there that do quite a bit of damage. So I use that to distance myself. Like, I try to keep the minions up close, and I try to keep them distant so I can take out the minions quickly, reducing the amount of damage that I'm taking, and I can get those revenge ticks. Like if it's kind of what I use as my oh shit button. Need to get away, I Seismic Slam, I leap out. And then I get closer to the minions, leading up to, the big bad guy. So as far as why I use Cleave and not Seismic Slam so much, is because I'm using, let's see, is it Berserker Rage? Yeah, Berserker Rage. You would inflict an additional 25% damage while at maximum Fury. So my main goal is Fury production. So with Leap, I generate 15 Fury, and then right after I use Threatening Shout, generates another 15 Fury. So I start off the fight from empty with 30 Fury, and then each Cleave gives me an additional 5. I also have Revenge ruined, so I gain Fury and Life when Revenge is used. So I gain Life, which is the main reason I use Revenge, but I also gain Fury. In the case that I've used something like Seismic Slam, or an ability that uses my Fury, like Earthquake, uses 50. I use this to generate Fury as well. So high Fury, high damage AoE combination.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Time is running short. What can you tell me of the fallen star?
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophet...
Not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
Checkpoint engaged.
The Skeleton King was one. He lost both of his sons, and
A sad tale, but I see.
him lies in his old Leia. You should not dismiss the signs.
Yes, I've got some new things in today that I'm sure you'll like.
Actually, while I'm here,
Leah spent all night alongside the blacksmith's wife.
kind of show those of you that haven't seen the crafting system a little bit of how it works. So as far as crafting items goes, I don't have my guy here, but because I haven't, saved him yet. But I'm on nightmare difficulty, so I've already gone through this once. So to forge weapon. Okay, so first and foremost, I'll show you how training is done. You don't actually train skills such as crafting yourself. You actually you train your blacksmith. So the way that works is, I think it costs like 1,000 gold for every time you train him at level 1. You just click train, and he gains some experience, usually like a quarter or a fifth of a bar. Then ramps up pretty quickly. Like you can see, level 4, he's 3/4 of the way. It costs 15,000 gold to train him again, which is probably going to get him to level 5. But it also requires Page of Blacksmithing to do at this level, which I haven't found any yet. I heard they're pretty rare. They have a higher chance to drop when you're at higher levels, as far as my understanding goes. So hopefully soon I'll be finding some pages of blacksmithing. I've already found pages of jewel crafting, but my jewel crafter isn't unlocked yet, because that doesn't happen until Act 2. So I'll be able to show you guys that, unless I'm missing something and he's in New Tristram. But from there you get forged weapons, fairly straightforward. I'll show you how you get the materials to do that in just a second. Forge armor, which you start out as apprentice, go to journeyman, go to master, and then you go to adept. Adept is rare items, so you can get some pretty decent gear. Like I haven't made these yet, but I imagine they'll probably be as good, if not better, than what I'm wearing right now. So yeah, there's that. Salvaging. I'm going to show you how salvaging works real quick. When you salvage an item, it's a lot like disenchanting in WoW, except for you only have select few mats. Now, I've run into 3 different types of mats, which I'll get to pretty soon when we get to my stash. So for now, I'm just going to salvage these, because I don't think any of them are upgrades. No, two-hand, I dual wield. Let's see, yeah, can salvage all of these. Alright. So I didn't get any of the third mat that I have found, but I'll show you what that is. Fallen Tooth. Obtained by using the blacksmith to salvage rare weapons and armor. You have to have these in order to craft the rare stuff that I was showing you, the yellow items. Then I just recently started getting Shimmering Essence. I've gotten 1 Lizard Eye. I haven't had any things that require Lizard Eyes to make yet. I imagine that comes much later. And then there's Subtle Essence, which you can see I have an abundance of. I'm sorry for my messy bags, but whatever. See, I have 480 Subtle Essence. I've got 3 Shimmering Essence, 121 Fallen Tooth, and 1 Lizard Eye so far. Let's sell these items, and then we'll get moving again. One thing I've discovered is that selling items later does not become very lucrative. I still do it just because it's habit, but look, sell value of 5 for my Nodachi, sell value of 6 for the hatchet, so not really anything special considering I have 52,765 gold. And that's not really from saving up, that was from not spending a lot in Act 4, because I found I got quite a few rares in Act 4. And I wasn't crafting any items. In fact, I haven't been crafting any items really.
Did you hear? Old Rumford has us down to half.
I've been pretty good with my drop luck, which is the opposite of what happens in
Deckard
WoW.
Cain said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. It's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten. I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
It is regrettable. Done.
Okay, I do have a jewel crafter. I just haven't been over here. Alright, so, I don't have any gems on me. I keep them in my stash generally. Oh, I forgot to put that away. But anywho, you start getting chipped rubies, amethysts, emeralds, and topazes. You can combine them for 500 gold and having 3 chipped amethysts. I imagine with the next level of jewel crafting, I'll be able to start making normal, which come from flawed. And I imagine they'll cost significantly more gold. The way you remove gems is you just go here. Say I wanted to remove gems, all I'd have to do is place it in here, and then I'd remove gems for a gold cost, which for my chest with 2 gems in it is 722 gold. But I don't want to do that. That's just a waste of money. And then to train. Training is just like blacksmithing. In fact, he's level 1, so I'll train him a few times up. So train 5,000 gold. Bam. Trains. He's now level 2 journeyman. Let's see what he's got. Okay, so I can make the regular ones. So an amethyst, emerald, ruby, and topaz from 3 of the flawed, which are made from 3 with a total of 9 of the chipped. Let's go ahead and train him again, just because I've got some excess gold. Don't need it. Alright, so level 3, we start having to get Page of Dual Crafting, which I've gotten 1 so far. It required 10 for the next level. And that's how you make perfect topaz, amethyst, emerald, and ruby, which I haven't encountered yet. I imagine I will pretty soon. So, yeah, pretty basic stuff. Pretty basic stuff.
Hey, come over here. I've got some news.
Yeah, you don't have anything that I want from you. Alright, let's go down here. This is the Cellar of the Damned. This is my blacksmith following me here. This is my Templar. He's my normal companion. Then I have the blacksmith down here. I'm helping him break down this sturdy door, and all of the townspeople in here start changing to undead. And I've got to kill him. The reason I'm down here is because his wife is down here, and he doesn't want to have to kill his own wife. Understandably.
This must be done.
There goes my Templar, by himself, targeting the battle, stunning my enemies. Actually, I need to show you guys companions, so I'll show you companions here. Show you how they. Alright, so we've killed all the baddies in here.
Forgive me.
And this is the blacksmith's wife here, which I'm too big. I'll cover her right up if I get close.
Love is the surest road to a tragic end. That is why I have forsworn
it. More fury.
Boom, boom, boom.
Still recharging.
There we go, get a revenge proc. Helps.
I couldn't have done this without you. I'm in your debt. My name is Hedrig Aemon.
Hedrig, I need your aid. I must find Leoric's crown.
I can help you there. It's buried with his chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
Leap is also really convenient for travel. It says I've probably used it as much for travel as I have for killing bad guys.
There's a big pack coming this time. Stand your ground! What challenges us now? That's the last of them. The bridge is clear.